Hello everyone, today I am going to discuss about chapter number 1, the solid state. Before going to discuss about solid state, at first we should know about matter and states of matter. So here the matter is the basic structural component of universe which is made up of particles, and that particles may be atoms, ions or molecules which have mass, volume and energy, and that energy is related to the binding force and internuclear forces of constituent particles of matter, right? So our next topic is state of matter. State of matter is the distinct form that any matter can exist. So whatever it is, it may be liquid, it may be solid or it may be gas, whatever it is, every matter has a distinct form, right? So depending on the basis of nature of their constituent particles and their binding forces or internuclear forces, we can divide states of matter into three types, and they are solid, liquid and gas, right? So here the three pictures will show you about their constituent particles and their internuclear forces related to the constituent particles. So here you can see in solid state the constituent particles are closely packed to each other. That means they are closer to each other compared to liquid and gas. And again, the internuclear forces between their constituent particles are very strong in case of solid. But in case of liquid and gas, the internuclear forces are not strong enough compared to solid. So we can take some examples of solid, liquid and gas. So some examples of solids are marker, it may be marker, whiteboard also, or salt like sodium chloride, etc. And examples of liquid are water, milk, petrol, diesel, etc. And examples of gas are oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, etc. So let us move on to the next topic, which is general characteristic of solid state. The first one is definite shape. So we all know that a solid has a definite shape which differs it from liquid and gas. That means in case of liquid and gas, they do not have any definite shape, but in case of solid, solid has a definite shape. And second one is definite volume. So solid has a definite volume, but in case of liquid, liquid has definite volume, but gases don't have any volume. Again third one is compressibility. So in case of solids are incompressible. That means we cannot make it small forcefully. Alright. So the reasons of having definite shape, definite volume and incompressibility in case of solid are their closely packed constituent particles, due to which they have a strong intermolecular forces. That means since in case of solid, the constituent particles remains closer to each other, and due to which they have strong internuclear force, and therefore they have definite shape, definite volume, and they are incompressible in nature, right? For example, if this is solid, right, marker is solid, if we put this into a glass, then this marker will not take the shape of the glass. But in case of liquid, for example water, if we put water into a glass, then that water will take the shape of the glass, right? So these characteristics make solid differ from liquid and gas. So come to the another characteristic of solid state, which is rigidity. So we all know solids are rigid. That means they are very stiff, because the particles in solid have definite position, and therefore they are unable to move over to take different position due to the strong internuclear forces. So you all know that solids have closely packed particles, and due to which they have higher amount of strong internuclear force, right? Due to which solids are very hard to move, or very hard to bend, or very hard to break. Therefore, thus we can say solids are rigid and stiff compared to liquid and gases. And come to the next characteristic, which is high density, right? We all know solids have high density, and reason is same, due to the close packing of particles. since they have closely packed particles, therefore their masses are also higher. That means they have higher value of mass. If the mass value is higher, then obviously density will be high, right? Therefore we can say solids have high density compared to liquid and gases. So come to the next, which is melting point. Similarly, solids have sharp melting points. That means solids require higher amount of temperature to melt, right? And that melting point depends on the nature of constituent particles and their arrangements also, right? I can explain it by taking some examples. For example, ice water, which is solid obviously, and then iron also solid. So ice water normally melts on 0 degree temperature, right? So since ice water has different kind of constituent particles and different kind of arrangement of particles, therefore ice, which is solid, has a different amount of temperature to melt. That means ice water has different melting point. But in case of iron has different kind of arrangement of particles, therefore iron has obviously higher than that of ice temperature. That means iron require higher amount of temperature to melt. So from this we can say every solid melt at a sharp melting point, and they have higher amount of temperature to melt compared to that of liquid and gases.